A while back, I received this collection of 50 old sci-fi movies as a gift. I've only watched a couple of them so far, but I can already tell that I don't want anyone else to have to sit through these ever. So I'm going to take this bullet and make a series where I watch, review, and summarize these movies so you don't have to. As a bit of a disclaimer, I don't have any formal education in the making of movies, but it is a passion that I've had for quite a while, and these won't be the first reviews I've made. Also, I don't have any formal or informal education in video editing, so you're going to have to bear with me here. Without further ado, I'll start with the first movie in the collection, The Incredible Petrified World. The Incredible Petrified World starts the same way all good movies do, with 6 minutes of unbroken documentary footage about the ocean. 6 minutes is a long time, especially considering that this movie is only 1 hour long. So about 10% of this movie is completely unrelated to the rest of it. Turns out this part is a literal documentary being presented by someone in the film. Personally, I would think that's something that could be cut out, but without it we would never have been able to see this. Oh no, that's just not good. That's not what you want to see. Well, at the end of the scene, the man behind the documentary starts talking about a fancy new high-tech diving bell invented by a guy that really just reminds me of Leonard Nimoy.
You'll be going deeper than any man has gone before.
This bell is scheduled for its first trip pretty much immediately. We then cut to a boat that has the same bell hanging off the side. We're introduced to some characters, and my personal favorite is the woman they call Reporter Lady.
Come on, Lady Reporter.
Not because she's a good character or anything, just because I think it's funny they call her Reporter Lady. So then the four people who are going into the bathysphere meet on the deck. Reporter Lady throws a ring into the water for some reason, and they climb into the bell. Wait, what? That diving bell is the size of a person, maybe smaller, but suddenly it's way bigger on the inside? I'm not going to make the joke. Anyway, they start their descent, and I really have to give the movie credit for this part. The use of only percussion really drives the tension, and wait, that's not music, that's just the sound effects they're using for the cable. I'm giving this movie too much credit, aren't I? Anyways, the cable snaps, they sink to the bottom, and they lose contact with the boat. They wake up in the diving bell using coffee as smelling salts. And one of them happens to look out the window and see that the water isn't pitch black. And he says, "Hey guys, the water isn't black, so if we get out of the bathysphere, the water pressure won't kill us all." And they all think that's a great plan, and they put their diving suits on. Now, if I was there with them, I probably would have brought up that even if the water pressure wasn't enough to kill them, the fact that bathyspheres aren't equipped with airlocks would mean that opening the hatch would cause a flood of water to rush in, which would be enough to kill them. Before that, there's no way they'd be able to open the hatch. Pretty much whatever depth you're in would cause the water pressure to completely seal that thing into the bathysphere itself. But luckily, the movie planned around that little detail by completely ignoring it. They just get out of the bell, and the magic of the plot keeps any water from getting in. In the next scene, a guy on the boat sees 2 lines on his sonar screen and tells fake Leonard Nimoy that the divers left the bell. Fake Leonard Nimoy assures us that the water pressure at that depth is, in fact, more than enough to kill them. And they don't even try to explain why it doesn't. Being experienced divers, our protagonists ignore all decompression stops and swim straight up as fast as they possibly can for a good minute of screen time and surface inside of a cave. Then Sonar Guy calls for a search at longitude 23, latitude 75, which is weird because it was definitely stated earlier in the movie that they were diving in the Bermudas, and everyone knows that longitude 23, latitude 75 is actually just northeast of the island of Borneo in the Barents Sea. Back in the cave, wait, actually I just realized I never introduced these characters. I'm pretty sure this guy is called Craig, tall, dark, and handsome. Here is Paul, this is Lori, and of course, we all know Reporter Lady. Anyway, Paul and Craig spend a full minute explaining to the women that they are indeed in a cave before they go back to the diving bell and ignore the laws of physics again. They grab some metal rods from the side of the bell to make spears for fishing, and they get the parties closed so the actors don't have to spend hours in diving suits. We get a scene of the guys spearfishing and tell, oh, that was actually a pretty good transition. I don't know if it was intentional, but I'm happily surprised. Back to the divers, they're eating the fish they caught in a scene that I'm pretty sure is out of focus. It's hard to tell since none of the movie is exactly HD quality, but this doesn't look right. They get some sleep, then start hiking through the tunnels until they find a lizard. After the lizard, they take a break, and Reporter Lady pulls out a note that's laughably unreadable. The men wander off, and our female leads start to have a friendly conversation. Then, out of nowhere, Lori tries to be funny. Reporter Lady doesn't like the joke at all, and Lori just says,
I was hoping we could Help one another.
Help. They don't need to help each other as long as they have two men around them.
You don't need any help. And neither do I. Not as long as we have two men around us.
Oh, damn it. The movie beat me to it. So the big, strong men of the group get back, and they keep walking until they stumble across a human skeleton. They talk about this for a good minute until they see an actual living person spying on them. So they chase him down and order him to lead them to the surface. Unfortunately, he tells them that there's no way out, and he's been trapped down there for 14 years. The caveman guy tells the group that he'll show him a volcano nearby, so as per the usual in this movie, only the men go. But it's fine because
they're planning a swimming party, and we weren't invited.
Classic Paul, always telling jokes. Oh, that wasn't a joke. They're actually having a pool party. Damn it. Then the guys get back and tell the ladies that they are going to be trapped down there forever. Then Craig starts strangling Laurie. Oh wait, they're kissing, and Jesus Christ, that was actually terrifying. Next up, we abandon the main characters for 6 minutes while we watch fake Leonard Nimoy talking to his brother. His brother apparently made an identical diving bell on the other side of the world, and all I can think about is that scene from Contact.
Want to take a ride?
So he goes from the bell and finds Craig and Paul swimming back to the first one, the one they sank in. So yay, the men are rescued, but they still have to go back for the women. And speaking of, we see Caveman perving on the reporter lady, and he tells us that he's the one who killed that dead guy they saw earlier. Plot twist of the century. So naturally when she hears this, reporter lady screams, and that causes a rock slide. In the middle of the rock slide, a couple pieces of styrofoam fall on Caveman and he dies. Reporter lady and Laurie run away and suddenly find Craig passed out in a pool of water. They probably explained how he got there, but I wasn't paying attention. They tell him that Caveman died in the avalanche.
And the old man?
He was killed in the avalanche.
Though I'm pretty sure they were talking about the rock slide. They get back in the bathysphere and everyone lives happily ever after. The Incredible Petrified World is bad. It gets a thumbs down from me. It's boring and it's full of plot holes and it's really, really sexist. Now I'm sure some of this is due to its age, but come on, it came out in the same year as 12 Angry Men and 3:10 to Yuma. The original 3:10 to Yuma. If there's anything good I can say about this movie, it's that it is mercifully short. It's only an hour long and it moves at a pretty good pace, so it doesn't really outstay its welcome. If for whatever reason you want to waste your time with this movie, it's on YouTube, go crazy. In conclusion, don't watch this review. It's bad because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, subscribe if you want to, but I wouldn't. So thanks for watching and don't purchase this product.